Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming to the Veterans Day ceremony here at the Van Rensselaer Manor. Today we have 39 veterans of all walks of life here at the Van Rensselaer Manor that we are here to recognize at the Van Rensselaer Manor Nursing Home. I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today and our guests as well, thanking them as well for spending time here today at the Van Rensselaer Manor, and I'd like to pass it over now to County Executive Steve McLaughlin for a few words.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you to our veterans. Happy birthday to the Marines. 247 years, I think, today. Pretty amazing, but thank you. I see a few Marines on our list here today, but wanted to come out and spend a few minutes with you and thank you all for your service to the nation. You know, we say all the time that we certainly would not be the country we are without our veterans. That much is true. We would not be the greatest, freest nation in the world unless we had veterans that stepped up and defended us, and you all did. And we certainly thank all of you, as well as your family, because when the veteran's serving, the family is serving as well. So it's an honor to be here. We brought certificates from the county for all of you, which I guess we'll hand out a little bit later maybe, but certainly want to thank you. You've done a great job for the country, and we certainly appreciate your service to the nation and to the world, because you imagine where the world would be without the American soldier to step up and protect all of us. But thank you all so much. We appreciate you. We love you, and happy Veterans Day. We got a lot of events around the county this next couple of days to honor all of those who serve. So thank you all very much. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to bring up our Executive Director here at the Van Rensselaer Manor, Kenyatta Walker, to say a few words.
Hello to all of our VRM veterans here in this room today. Also, the 13 veterans who are able to be in this room, who are in the facility, in their room, who will be enjoying this presentation and this celebration via video. It's going to be streamed on Facebook. We also have different sources where this can be played back. When I stand here today and I look at all of you and everything that you've been through to be here after our pandemic, we're going through global warming, our political climate. I look out and I see U.S. citizens who fought for the cause of being free. The reason we are celebrating Veterans Day right now is because it's not Memorial Day. It is Veterans Day. It's to honor what you have done in your entire life and the service to our country. And for that, I am thankful. And everyone who did not serve, we are grateful and thankful as well for your service. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to bring up our Van Rensselaer Manor Assistant Administrator, who is also a veteran here that we are very thankful to have. He is going to read the names of all of our veterans in the facility, our 39 veterans, 36 men and 3 women for our facility. We're going to go unit by unit, and I'm going to pass it to John Wasilewski to read the names.
Thanks, Matt. As a 24-year veteran, 2 combat tours behind me, I feel I have a special bond with everybody who's in this room. You put your lives on hold. You left behind your families, your loved ones to serve your country, and I can't think of anything that's too much more noble than that. So I feel the bond with every one of you, and I thank you for being here today. I'll read off the names and the branch of service of all of our residents. James Murphy, Marines. If you can raise your hand. I know we have some people still upstairs. George Bratt, Navy and Army. Alan Yetto, Army. Thomas Irwin, Army. Charles Bronk, Navy. John Gleason, Navy. Raymond Rowe, Army. Raymond Morrell, Army. John Heffley, Army. John Thorpe, Army. Donald Murray, Army. Robert Spath, Navy. Don King, Army. Donald Gray, Navy. John Burns, Army. Romano Romano, Army. Andrew Nielsen, Navy. Helen Brennan, Coast Guard. Timothy Jansen, Navy. Kathleen McGrath, Air Force. Anthony Mantello, Coast Guard. James Welsh, Army. David Bernardi, Marines. Robert Coco, Navy. Donald McBain, Army. Albert Severino, Army. Paul Haas, Army. John Apt, Navy. Sergeant Josephine Smith, one of my favorites, Army. James Murray, Army. James Pascucci, Marines. Frank Potenza, Navy. Leyland Paltish, Navy. Louis Piccianello, Armed Forces. A couple of branches there, I guess. Edward Milheiser, Army. Mike Nestoriak, Navy. Frank O'Grady, Army. Christian Polisinski, Army. Albert Dubois, Army. Thank you all for your service to your country. That'll be followed by Mr. Michael McMahon, Rensselaer County, another veteran.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your service. It's a great opportunity to be here. It's always a good opportunity to be in a room full of veterans. I spent 22 years in the Navy, and 20 of those years I did with the United States Marine Corps as a combat foreman. In Army terms, a medic. And but I would tell you that the lessons I learned as a young sailor who was going through training is I learned from the veterans of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Those lessons that you learned on battlefields that you served on was transferred to me, and it saved me on the modern battlefield, but I was also able to transfer those skills to current generations that are fighting the wars of today. So thank you. Your lessons that you learned are still being taught and saving lives on the battlefield today. Thank you. Enjoy your day. And Marines, Semper Fi.
Just a couple notes to point out. This week we put all the residents in a boutonniere if they were a male and a female wrist corsage to make sure it stands out to who is our veterans in this facility, our 36 men and our 3 women. So we wanted them to stand out. We've had a tough last year. A year ago, today we went around unit to unit in our gowns, in our pandemic equipment. So it's really nice in being able to use this room again for a ceremony. So I thank all of you for coming today. And I just wanted to mention, we also have Tom Grant, our Rensselaer County legislator, with us today, and also our Deputy Commissioner, Randy Ball. So I thank you all for coming today. And it would be remiss if I didn't do a somber message to everyone, and I wanted to mention the passing of our Veteran Services Director, Peter Goebel. Peter Goebel really helped me out last year when I was here 8 days into the Activities Director position, and helped me find out every resident here who was a veteran, and he was a staple of last year's ceremony, and he would have definitely been here this year. So I know Rensselaer County and Van Rensselaer Manor mourns the loss of Peter Goebel, but I wanted to mention him today because he is a veteran and probably knows a few people in this room, if not almost all of you. So I wanted to definitely mention that here, and thank you all to the veterans here at Van Rensselaer Manor, and thank you all for your service.